Rita Bahuguna Joshi, Congress leader and spokesperson, and Siddharth Nath Singh of the BJP, Rahul Narvekar of the NCP, and my first question is to Kumar Ketkar, senior journalist. Mr. Ketkar, do you think if it carries on like this, the Congress will start breaking up?
Congress can break up, but I don't know whether Congress will break up, because you're required to break up. 2/3 of the people break up.
No, at individual state levels, you know, the people are frustrated.
No, that is different. That breakup will happen.
Will happen, you think?
Yeah. That break can happen.
So state units will start breaking up.
No, state units breaking up and party breaking up are two different things. But the point is, you are saying that this is the worst crisis is emergency.
Yeah.
According to me, it is worse even than that worst crisis of emergency. Because 43 seats is just a horrible scenario which they never thought will happen, and they don't want to.
So what are they going to do?
No,
I mean, they're going to sit there and.
The question is not, Mr. Paul, you are saying that no blame game, but somebody has to take the responsibility.
Who is that somebody?
My simple question is, Rahul Gandhi will have to take the responsibility. Rahul Gandhi should have resigned and said, I will remain MP. I will remain a Congress worker.
But then Rahul Gandhi is scared that if he resigns, he's never going to come back.
President.
He's scared. You lose the chair.
No,
Nobody
I don't know
wants
whether
to
he's scared or not, but he should have said, I am accountable, because he demands accountability, that I am not resigning from the party. I am not giving up work. I will remain member of parliament, but I will resign from the post of the vice president. Because he was in charge. And just tell me one thing. According to him as well as the party, if the party got enough number of seats and the Prime Minister's name was to be proposed, then Rahul Gandhi was to become Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Now, when they have lost, would it not be proper for him to become the leader of the CPP, that is Congress Parliamentary Party? Because there is no question of leader of opposition, because they haven't got the 10%.
I think what's going on here is that Rahul Gandhi is engineering this.
No, but
Rahul Gandhi is engineering.
No, but
people like Milind Deora. People like Milind Deora.
Should he not take responsibility?
I think people like Milind Deora are very close to Rahul Gandhi. People like Priya Dutt are on the right side of Rahul Gandhi, and I think this is orchestrated by Rahul Gandhi, that, you know, start saying that people around me are bad. Start saying that people around me are bad.
You are very intelligent, and that's why you think there is some orchestration possible. In Congress at present, there is no coordination, there is no orchestration, and there is no command system. Congress has lost the communication strategy internally before they lost it outside.
And so this is then therefore open revolt. Then what you're saying is open
revolt. It is open discontent.
Discontent.
Yeah.
Okay. Siddharth Nath Singh, how are you viewing it? I mean, every day this is breaking up. Do you think Rahul Gandhi is orchestrating this, or do you think he's seriously coming under criticism? You must be very pleased with this flow of developments, I think, over the last few days. But beyond that, I mean, by the way, I think we lost the line.
Already the results.
Should we try and get it back? Yes.
Well, Arnab, I'm not going to be one of those who will say it's their internal business, and so no, as an opposite BJP, I would not like to comment. But I would say that I will not say that, because it concerns as an Indian that we should have a strong opposition, and therefore Congress, being the oldest party and as a national party, is being disseminated at the level where they are, there needs to be having a serious introspection. And what I see as a politician or a political activist, that there are young voices which are coming out in Congress party, because they have a huge stake in the party. They have a longevity to go in politics. There are certain older Congress leaders who will like to say that these things should not be spoken, because they don't have that much of a stake. So Milind or Priya Dutt or anybody, they have at least 25 years, 30 years to go in politics. So they are expressing their concern. There are serious concerns in the Congress. Communication is a huge issue. Number of Congress MPs say we cannot reach out to Rahul Gandhi. If we dial them, then you press one number to talk to Rahul Gandhi, press two to reach out to the secretary. So that kind of things are being spoken. And what Milind has said, Arnab, is a serious pointer to the Congress party, not to the government. He said the buck stops with the party. The party could have stopped. Party cannot be sitting idle and not checking what the government is doing. So he's taken the entire blame to the party rather than the government, which was some of the old guards of Congress were trying to protect, and said it was the government's problem and government was not communicating.
No, you see, it's an unreal situation. It is unbelievable now what is happening. Rita Bahuguna Joshi, the light's a little dim there, but I hope you can hear me. Ms. Joshi, now this is a very serious question.
Lights are dim.
Please do not presume that I or any journalist is enjoying the plight of the Congress party. But I just want to tell you what your own people are saying about your own leaders, the Gandhis. Your leaders, this is not even media, they are saying your leaders Gandhis don't talk, they don't communicate. Your leaders are saying that the Gandhis are disconnected, that the Gandhis are in their own world, that the Gandhis are surrounded by psycho-fans. Your own leaders are saying all this, that the party is not a party, it has become a cabal essentially. That's what your leaders are saying. Terrible situation, you see, Miss Joshi. But what can be worse is if you are in denial of this. These are your own people saying this now, you see. It's a terrible situation. What are you going to do?
Can I speak now?
Yeah, please.
You see, there is no doubt about it that we have had a very serious setback. And it was unimaginable. We had not anticipated this drubbing. And therefore, there is a lot of thinking going on at different levels within the party. Some people are voicing it within the party. Some people are doing it outside. The younger group is speaking. I heard them today. But this is the same leadership which brought us into power in 2004.
That is the problem.
In 2009.
That is
in 2000. One second.
This is exactly, again you start the protect Gandhi strategy.
One second.
Again you have begun the protect Gandhi.
There cannot be a very simplest.
Why are you doing this?
Wait, Mr. Arnab. There is no simplistic explanation of this defeat, if you coin it, only on the leaders. See, this is escapism. If I say it's only because of the leader, in 2009, when we said, you tell me when Atalji was leading the NDA, and they lost in 2004.
Yeah,
Who said it was Atalji's defeat in BJP?
This is the problem.
When they lost in 2009.
This is the problem. I'm trying to draw you into...
It was the defeat of Advani ji.
You know this whole business, what happens is that you come and...
The leadership has taken the responsibility.
No, 1 second. What people are saying is...
Mrs. Gandhi and Rahul ji have claimed the responsibility as leaders of the party.
No, 1 second.
But you can't say they're the only reason.
No, Miss Joshi.
How can it be? How can
Miss Joshi... Be open today. Miss Joshi, please listen. No, Miss Joshi, those days are gone today. Those days are gone today, given the horrible situation which the Congress party is in, that you can afford to be deaf to what people are telling you. And Rahul Narvekar wants to give you some sage advice. Rahul Narvekar, please. Yes, Ms. Narvekar.
Well, if you're discussing the controversy with regards to the statement made by Milind Deora, who happens to be the member of parliament of an ally party. Other than that, he's also a former member of parliament, also a good friend. Yeah. And what I have known what I have known of this young politician is he's always been candid. Whether it was a 26/11 attack where he came down heavily on his own government in the state, he's been candid. When there are faults with the government, when there are faults within the party, he's voiced that. But that does not at all imply that there is any kind of discontent within the Congress party. I don't think we should read too much into it. He's been candid. He accepts the difficulties. He accepts the
problem with the Congress party is that the problem with the Congress party.
1 minute. Only a person who accepts his faults can rectify them and come out.
Don't give me philosophy. Don't give me philosophy on the program. This is the Newshour.
The problem with Newshour is every statement will be twisted. Every statement will be turned to give it a political color. But I'll tell you, your viewers are also tired of it. They also realize that when an honest young politician makes a candid statement, it shouldn't be read otherwise.
So you're saying it's not good to...
It's not healthy and not in the interest of young people who want to enter politics, that when they are candid, they'll be picked upon. When they are honest, they'll be pulled up and they'll be brought into controversy.
Man has not proved himself.
I don't think you should do that.
Man has failed to prove himself.
Arnab, that is not fair. That is really not fair.
I am not here to be fair to politicians. The man has failed to prove himself, yes or no?
Why is he fooled? Why should he come and prove anything to you? He said what he wanted to. His party has got the message loud and clear. The people have understood him. Why should he give you any clarification? Why should he give you any clarification?
Why are you embarrassing your party chief Sharad Pawar on a live TV program?
I don't understand this vague statement of yours.
I don't make any vague statements.
My party chief is way above these silly comments by any journalist or by any news anchor. He's way above that. He does not get embarrassed by such statements.
You see, one sec. I just have to get back to Rahul Narvekar on that. I have to get back to Rahul Narvekar on that point. Mr. Ketkar, I'm coming to you. You see, Mr. Narvekar, I told you that Rahul Gandhi has not proved himself and you all went into a tizzy. please remember.
I never said that.
Please remember. No, I'm telling Narvekar. Mr. Narvekar, at 3:35 p.m. in a comment on October 25th, 2013, Sharad Pawar said that Rahul Gandhi has not proved himself. I repeated what Sharad Pawar said.
So what relevance does that have with this controversy?
Why don't you ask Rahul Narvekar? Why don't you ask Sharad Pawar?
What relevance does it have with this controversy?
Why don't you ask Sharad Pawar? He was talking about Rahul Gandhi.
Honorable Pawar Sahib has mentioned at the relevant time what he...
Now you're stuttering.
Honorable Pawar Sahib has said whatever was relevant at that point of time.
Now you have nothing to say.
I have said what I have to. You're trying to confuse your viewers. You're trying to mix two different issues which are not going to succeed at. So Mr. Arnab Goswami, you can try some new trick.
See, the problem of being an apologist for the Congress party is that sometimes you end up embarrassing your own party.
Not at all. First and foremost, I don't think anyone needs to give any kind of apology to you in the least.
No, I'm saying you're being an apologist for the Congress party.
Therefore, Arnab Goswami, don't give yourself this undue importance that people are going to come and apologize to you or anyone.
I'm saying you're being an apologist for the Congress party.
Not at all. Why should I? See, what happens within the Congress party is the least of my business.
Why are you getting worked up?
It's not my business at all. But I'm just pointing out this bad habit of some people to make controversies out of a non-issue. This is not fair.
Anyway, I'm coming to you, Siddharth Nath Singh. You see, the problem is there's a lot of people who sort of provide this, self-serving insulation around Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi may end up believing that they are correct and the whole world is wrong.
Arnab,
Kumar
I made
Ketkar.
a point that Rahul Gandhi should resign from the Vice President's post, remain MP and work as a Congress activist among the people, and because he was to become Prime Minister, in case the party had the majority, then now he should become CPP leader. That apart, the charge that Milind and Priyanka and Priyadat and others have made is against the advisors, also against the advisors of Rahul. Has any advisor ever made a presence either on the channels or made a statement that what they were advising, or have they even had a remorse?
No,
they have not had remorse. They have not made a comment, and yet they were advising. I think Rahul Gandhi and
I won't name the people. I won't name the people, but I'll name them.
Names are known, and they have
there is one man.
They have not said a word so far.
There is one
after coming under attack from their own senior member like Milind Deora. That advisors are under attack. Advisors should make a statement.
But then Rahul Gandhi is possessive about these advisors. He likes them more than
Rahul
he likes.
Gandhi also should make a statement. Then Rahul Gandhi should say advisors are not responsible. I am responsible.
Why he's not?
But he should say something.
Miss Joshi, what are you going to do? Your party is breaking up in Assam. Your allies are moving away. The NC doesn't want to have a relationship with you. The NCP is slowly going to move away. And the IUML has already started speaking out against you. In Assam, the AUDF has already said it will support the Modi government. You have your party is breaking up from inside, and whoever is there among your allies are beginning to move out. Now, what is this? Are you going to simply sit there, watch, and say, let's go into this self-destruct mode?
Indian politics is all about alignments and realignments, but the question here is...
where's the realignment? It's all...
will finally be together.
It's all de-alignment. There's no realignment. It's de-alignment.
A statement here and there...
De-alignment.
A statement here and there does not mean that the alliance is breaking up.
This is the problem.
The statement here and there does not mean that we are hostile to each other. These are candid talks which are coming out, and as far as I know, whether it was Milind or it is Priyadat, they are very close to Rahulji. And they interacted with him a lot.
This is the problem.
So what they made was not an attack, but a statement. They made a statement, and the party and the government, our former government, we know where the lapses are. We don't have to discuss it with you on a panel.
No, we want to know.
We know. It is blatantly, we see, we are watching, we're seeing.
It's a party that has governed the country. How can you be so arrogant that I say I will not discuss anything on TV?
We are not arrogant. We are not arrogant. We understand the situation. We know it was a rejection. It was a rejection of the UPA government. It was not a rejection so much of the leaders.
You governed the country for 10 years. We have a right to ask you today what went wrong and why is your leadership gone into this time warp?
I'm telling you.
And the problem has been with the Congress party, if I may say so. No, if I may say so. No, I'll tell you one thing. There is one of these people who is in this group, for example, who has no political experience. He's some lateral entry from an Ivy League university. He knows nothing about politics. You ask him a straight and tough question and he says, here you are, you're a right-winger. I've personally experienced this with one of these people. You ask them a straight question, he says, oh, you're a right-winger. You don't agree with the NAC? You don't agree with the Congress party? You're a right-winger. Miss Joshi, do you realize that these people have sunk you? You are sinking because of these people.
Let me make a comment. How many hundreds and hundreds of people were behind Mr. Modi's campaign? How they campaigned right or wrong?
This is again,
how they targeted the government very irresponsibly?
Denial will not do.
Out of untruth. I'm asking, did you ever question them? Did you ever bring them to a forum to ask them?
I don't know,
what are you doing as a non-politician behind Modi? Why are you? They were determining the agenda for the campaign of Mr. Modi.
No, anyway, I don't think.
How Lodi estate became the center of strategizing for Modi ji's campaign. What he would speak.
Well, they have delivered and you have not. There's a big difference. You have lost and they have won. I mean, what is the problem?
You're not asking those questions to them.
No.
Why aren't you asking these questions to the apolitical people?
This is the problem is that, ma'am, I'll tell you one thing. You can muzzle dissent. You can muzzle dissent inside the party, but people are watching you outside. Yes, Siddharth.
Arnab, let me clarify to Rita ji that Modi ji's campaign was also run by some volunteers, but at the end of the day, and my own personal experience I am giving, whenever Modi ji came to Bengal, where I was looking after, whatever was being spoken, it was bounced with us, and I looked into it, and we said yes and no for him to, either in his oratory to use it. So there was always a political content in his campaign. For example, in UP it was Amit Shah who was advising him. So there was a huge political content and political activists who were supporting the system.
BJP's campaign, the leadership of the BJP was not involved. The leadership of the RSS not involved. RSS sent volunteers everywhere, but BJP was not involved. I can tell you by directly quoting BJP leadership. In fact, they were so frustrated.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ketkar.
They were so Siddharth, just go and inquire in your party. There was no revolt in the party, but there was widespread discontent among the BJP leadership and among the BJP Karyakartas because Narendra Modi had got hired event managers and propaganda teams which were not necessarily part of the BJP or RSS. They were working from outside. There were also people from United States management companies, and all those, they were not the BJP Karyakartas. So don't try to say that every time this is correct on part of Modi because he has won. Modi has won for several reasons. I don't know to go into that.
Mr. Ketkar,
Narendra Modi has won against
if your sermon is over,
seats against the wishes of the BJP.
Mr. Ketkar, if your sermon is over, may I speak? Mr. Ketkar and Rita ji, you both are speaking at cross purposes, but let me answer Mr. Ketkar because he was louder than you. Mr. Ketkar, we are not in a denial. We got great help from various organizations including RSS. And there was a reason when they came out to help. And every organization has a right to help. So don't feel anything bad. It's a part of the strategy. We did it. We delivered it. But that strategy was worked out not by those who don't communicate.
The question is strategy which was worked out by all I'm saying is, I say this again, if the Congress party has decided that everybody else is wrong, they are right, all voters are wrong, they can tell the people of this country, they can tell the voters, you are all wrong, we are all right, and Akbar Road is right and the rest of India is wrong, we're taking the debate forward. I actually would have expected a different tone from the Congress party tonight, but I'm not finding it. I'll see in a few minutes whether that tone changes. Welcome back to the debate. Ms. Joshi, can I just explain what's happening to you? You see, Ms. Joshi, in the Congress party, nobody can criticize the Gandhis. But they want to criticize the Gandhis. So what do you do when you can't criticize the Gandhis? You criticize the inner circle. If the Gandhis are going to be smart, they will understand that this is actually a criticism of them. Because who knows the inner circle? Everybody knows the Gandhis. Are you not reading that? Ms. Joshi, this is not a criticism of the inner circle. This is a criticism of the indirect criticism of the Gandhis. Is it not?
Let me explain to you. They have already accepted that the party, as party leaders, the responsibility for this defeat.
Please, no.
Now they are our leaders, unquestioned leaders. And if the party is happy with them as the leaders, I do not understand why it should trouble you or anyone else in the
because you're collapsing, you're faced a catastrophe, that's why.
We are a serious, there are so many reasons for this collapse. After all regional parties have been disseminated. The question is not like that. The question here is, we have to gather ourselves up, we have to understand internally, we will speak about the flaws, the shortcomings.
No, Ms. Joshi, what are you saying? And I'm just giving you some opportunities to think. You are rejecting all of them. No, one after the other, I'm giving you an opportunity to think. You're rejecting everything.
No,
one second. Rita ji, hear from Kumar Ketkar.
Rita ji, only one point. Congress is not defeated. Congress has surrendered. Congress did not give a fight. There was no Congress in the campaign. I am telling you, I am a journalist. I cover campaigns. I have been covering campaigns for the last 40 years. I have covered campaigns. I have covered Indira Gandhi's campaign of Garibi Hatao. I have covered Janata Party campaign. I have covered Indira Gandhi's return. This time Congress was not in the fight. Congress had given up the fight earlier. And that's why it lost. Congress actually did not lose. Congress surrendered the victory to BJP.
And this attack is not on some anonymous...
And that is exactly where the point is coming.
And that is why, because Congress surrendered the victory, because Congress surrendered it to BJP, the question of leadership has come. The question of leadership has come because Congress surrendered without a fight.
And today, one after the other, people are beginning to break up. It's like you are little daily sitting there and fiddling while Rome is burning. Rome being the Congress party. Yes, you want to once again come in defense of the Congress.
Arnab, to cut the long story short, being a stakeholder in the UPA and being a part of the UPA, we gracefully accept the mandate of the people. We, being a part of the UPA, would like to apologize to the people if we failed to gain their trust. And we assure you that we'll bounce back. We'll win the confidence of the people.
Again, you're being an apologist for the Congress party.
We'll win the confidence of the people and we'll certainly bounce back in time to come. But let me tell you, having said that, let me also tell you, nothing tastes better than success. Jo jeeta, wahi Sikandar. Because when, after 1990...
Again, I told you, don't try pop philosophy on the program.
Just give me half a minute.
It's all pop Bollywood philosophy on the program.
Give me half a minute, I'll tell you what the philosophy is.
This is not some Bollywood
In 1999, when the Bharatiya Janata Party along with 24 other alliance partners formed the government, they were applauded. But when they lost in 2004 and 20 of their allies left them and they were left with just 4 allies, I would like you to play the recordings of the media channels, how they had crucified the Bharatiya Janata Party
the Congress
and
party.
The NDA. So this is expected from the media. When a party loses, when a party is routed out, criticism has to be faced by that party, by that alliance. But having said that, we accept the mandate of the people and we will bounce back to win the confidence and the trust of the people of this country.
Mr. Narvekar, BJP's loss in 2004 is not at all comparable with the Congress defeat this time.
Maybe so, Mr.
It is not a question of numbers. It is not a question of numbers. Even the 1977 post-emergency defeat of the Congress cannot be compared with this defeat. This is a complete catastrophic destruction of the party.
Mr. Ketkar, I am not here to justify the defeat of the Congress party.
You are justifying it every minute.
I am speaking here on behalf of the UPA, and since the NCP is a part of the UPA, I have told you we have accepted the mandate of the people. We are extremely apologetic to the people of this country if we failed to gain their confidence, win their trust. And I assure you, we'll work tooth and nail.
Fine. Now your election speech is over.
Bounce back.
Your election speech is over. Now let me just say one thing to Rita Bahuguna Joshi. Now that you've launched your NCP campaign here on Times Now, I just want to tell you, Ms. Joshi, and I'm saying this with complete earnestness. You know, a few years in journalism have taught me that no politician should believe or trust another politician who says, after you have been routed and you're in this bad situation, who comes and says, I am your friend and I have some advice for you, you can fall a little bit more. What Rahul Narvekar is telling you today, what the NCP is telling you is all is not lost, there is still room to fall further. What the NCP wants is for the Congress party to come down to single digits like the NCP itself. so that you can bargain as equals. You should probably, Miss Joshi, be a little skeptical of this kind of advice that you are getting on television.
I thank God that
I've said it now. You said your piece, so did I.
I thank God that Arnab is not a part of this alliance.
NCP Congress alliance may break.
And NCP Congress alliance may break.
And it deserves to be broken because NCP Congress alliance has become a hurdle for themselves.
We are a mature party.
Yes.
We know how to come back. We know how to regain the people's confidence. We will work hard. The question here is not that we have not realized that we've been badly trounced, the worst defeat in the history of independent India. But that does not mean that we're not serious. We're extremely serious. As the oldest party, we want to regain the confidence of the people. And the time will tell you. We're going to work very hard. But if you want us
I heard that in December.
Leadership, that we are not going to do. That we are not going to do. Because it's not to please you or to...
No, one sec, Siddharth.
They all are missing
the
is
party
the
will
leadership.
contemplate.
Siddharth.
It will see how we will go ahead. And we will go ahead with strength.
Yeah, Siddharth.
I think the real, whatever Milind has said, Priya Dutt has said, or even seconded by Satyavrat Chaturvedi, or Mr. Ketkar is saying, and many other allies have spoken. The real issue is they are directly hitting out at the leadership. Now that is the question which none of them are willing to answer, neither Rahul nor the Rita ji is willing to answer.
Mr. Siddharth Nath Singh, you should be more... Mr. Siddharth Nath Singh, you should be more concerned about what your allies are doing and how they are putting you in a dock. First, you should get a strategy in place. The Shiv Sena talks a different language. Bharatiya Janata Party talks a different language. You sort out those differences. That's in the interest of the nation. You don't be worried about the UPA and its allies. The UPA and the allies know what they have to do. They know when to keep the alliance, when to break the alliance. You don't worry about it. You be concerned about your alliance. Because you're in government today. You are accountable to the people of this country. So you kindly make your alliance partners fall in line. And then point fingers at others.
I'm sure you must be thinking
the same.
Why did I leave this alliance?
Have you finished? Yeah, okay. Now,
15 years you've been out in Maharashtra. Your alliance has been rejected by Maharashtra for full 15 years. Okay.
Well,
you contemplate on those facts.
Rita ji,
you're only waiting on
the Lok Sabha results in Maharashtra is enough for you to introspect what happened in Maharashtra.
Well, I'll leave it here. I'll leave it here.
I'll leave it here. A negative wind to blow.
I'll leave it here. Ms. Joshi, the NCP is telling you, don't worry, you can fall further. You are telling us nothing basically is wrong.
I like the way Arnab Goswami speaks for the NCP. I think you need to become the spokesperson for
NCP. Congress alliance itself is a hurdle for the victory of the Congress and NCP.
Right, and the Congress party says this is no crisis. We have fallen in the past. We will fall. No, I'm sorry. We will come back in the imminent future. We'll wait, Ms. Joshi.
But we'll come up to it.
Well, I'm sure, Ms. Joshi, that you will. But whether you do with the same people and the same strategies is what the question is. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.